Hey guys, and welcome back to my Let's Play of LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. Last time we rescued Obi-Wan, Anakin and Padme, and we destroyed the Separatist giant spherical thing. I don't know what that was. But Count Dooku has escaped, and now we must chase after him. There's only one level left for Attack of the Clones. It's a pretty short one. I'm not expecting this part to be that long. This will not be Retake the Palace. This won't even be Darth Maul. For our final chapter in Attack of the Clones, it's Chapter 6, Count Dooku. He's never referred to as Darth Tyrannus in this game, but he's rarely referred to it anyway. As the battle rages between the clone forces, I know it was in the last part as well, and the Republic and the Separatist droid army, the Separatist leader Count Dooku flees to his secret hangar. Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker follow closely behind, prepared for a final showdown with the Sith Lord. Yes, the Republic of the Separatists. Whoops. There goes the ship. Oh no, look, mini-kit. I could just jump out to it. Look at that 2D background. It's very clearly a 2D background. Alright, I'm not really sure what piece of music plays here. It's sort of like a... It's like a combination of Across the Stars, which I love. I love Across the Stars. And it does play like that bit of the Star Wars theme that you hear at the end. Like we see when we see like, begun, the Clone War has. And it cuts like the Imperial March, like dun 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 dun. You get the idea. And when you're not fighting enemies, you can hear like... I'm guessing it's like Count Dooku's theme. It's like a vocal. It's pretty spooky actually. It's like... stuff like that. Right, this is the point in this side. Right, we got a lot more bounty hunter things to blow up. In LEGO Star Wars 1, this level, unless you can get some really well-timed jumps, this level is otherwise impossible to get the true Jedi in story mode. You pretty much have to come back in free play mode unless you can get some really good jumps in. Given the additional stuff we have to blow up now, that's probably going to be very much the case here. So in this level, I don't think it's possible to get the true Jedi in story mode. Because this part now, after this is the boss fight. I mean, you can still move around, but you can't really go like to the outer parts of the fight. And our first part is Anakin and Obi-Wan. Can you guess who else is going to be in this level? If you've seen Attack of the Clones, you could probably work it out. There's a lot of things that a bounty hunter can use here. I do love this version of the Imperial March though, but I do find it weird that like just before it goes to it, it almost sounds like I know it's Across the Stars, but it sounds like the Game of Thrones theme tune. You can just hear it's like a it's really weird. Wait, actually, yeah, I can use this. Haha! I have a power ball. I'm stuck. No, I'm not. Right. So we're fighting Dooku, Darth Tyrannus, a name that he is rarely ever called. Like, even Darth Sidious rarely calls him Tyrannus. Even he usually refers to him as Count Dooku. General Grievous calls him Count Dooku. Like, why even bother with the whole Darth Tyrannus thing? I mean, I guess it's so he remains a bit more elusive, but you'd think then that he would always be called Tyrannus. At least on the Separatist side, it's like, he doesn't remain known as Anakin Skywalker, he's referred to as Darth Vader. We never know what Maul's real name is. Oh no, his hand! I wonder if this is a reference to anything. Maybe the original trilogy or something. Yoda! Why have you got a walking stick? I will never understand why Yoda uses a walking stick. When we see all of the things he can do, why does he use a walking stick? See, there's your plot hole. Or at least something that raises questions. It raises a lot more questions than most of The Last Jedi. Right, yeah, they changed the lightning effect, so you have to switch characters. In LEGO Star Wars 1, characters didn't have lightning abilities. So what Count Dooku shot was almost like a lightning disc in a way. And you could deflect that back at him, which, you know, we do sort of see Yoda do. He's sort of like, you can catch it and then you can like throw it back. But we don't ever see, you can't do that when playing as Count Dooku, but because LEGO Star Wars 2, they gave the lightning ability to the Emperor, they gave it to Count Dooku as well, so they changed it up. It's a bit more like the Darth Maul fight now. But that's it, it's a very short level. But again, why does Yoda need a walking stick? And when you're playing as Yoda in LEGO Star Wars 1, they changed his move setup a bit. In LEGO Star Wars 1, when Yoda doesn't have his lightsaber out, he simply uses his walking stick and he's incredibly slow. But if you jump, he'll get into that hovering chair that he uses like one time in the actual films. And then that makes him much faster. So as long as you don't mind constantly listening to whoa, 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 then that makes him much faster. If you're in control of the other character and he's your partner, and you're only playing single player, then he'll always follow you around in that. In LEGO Star Wars 2, they got rid of that. So he'll always have his lightsaber out when you're not playing as him. And as we saw there, he sort of still uses his walking stick for some reason. I don't know why. I mean, it's much faster than his standard movement, but it's still slower than the average character. So he's still a bit on the slow side. In LEGO Star Wars 1, when he had his lightsaber out, he would be flipping and jumping all over the place, which was, I find, a bit awkward when you're trying to be precise with Yoda. I mean, it's fine when you just want to get a move on, but when you're trying to be precise and landing in a specific place, then it's a problem. Because you can't even just slightly tiptoe forwards. Like, he is constantly moving. Like, he would just immediately do that jump. He's not constantly moving, you can't stop, but the slightest tap on the analog stick and he will just sort of leap forwards. But here he simply does this. And that's what he will do by default when he has it, when you switch to another character. In LEGO Star Wars 1, he'll just go into his hovering chair, which I definitely prefer. This is still sluggish. Like you can see, Obi-Wan's not running. He's having an easy time catching up. So yeah, this isn't as good, but his moves are insane. Let's go back into that door so that we can get rid of the violence. I got a mini kit and I'm annoyed. Destroying a pizza now, I'm annoyed. Anyway, that concludes Lego Star Wars. That does not conclude Lego Star Wars. I mean, we've got 4 more episodes. And free play mode and super. Whoa, look at that slow down there. That was a bit weird. Oh no, it's not slow down, it's the ceiling. Okay. I think. Unless Yoda always does. No, he doesn't normally do it that slowly. We've got a load of other things. And that includes this one. Next time, we are going into by far my favourite of the prequels. And actually my second favourite Star Wars film. Empire is my favourite, but this is my second. And for the longest time, I actually liked this over Empire. But then I started rewatching it a bit more. I'm like, yeah, I don't really care for the acting that much. At least for Hayden Christensen. But other than that, this is easily the best of the prequels. And one of my favourite Star Wars films. It's Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. I always have to say it like that. So I will see you guys next time. But something tells me, once more the Sith will rule the galaxy.